They are among 30 of New York State's most powerful women, recognized for their leadership in their respective fields. City and State magazine made the announcement in early March, then the unimaginable happened.
The coronavirus has affected millions of individuals all around the world. It's hit home because it's here in the Bronx, it's in New York City, it's in New York State. This is where so many people lay their heads down. And especially for us who call this place home, it's affected myself and my family. We have our gates closed to the temple with a sign up. We're not open to the public. We do prayers because we're privileged enough and we live right next door. So we're able to walk over and light our incense and do our prayers without any congregation.
Not only was the publication's ninth annual Above and Beyond Gala canceled, many of the women slated to be honored were back into the trenches, doing what got them recognized in the first place, being of service and helping those in need. A senior associate at Patrick B. Jenkins and Associates, Fordham graduate Bharati Kemraj, who's worked in city government, is here at the Vishnu Mandir, a Hindu temple founded by her late father, Pandit Vishnu Sokal, in 1996. Now led by her brothers, Pandit Vyas and Pandit Krishnu, they are guiding worshipers here in the Bronx and from around the city through this difficult chapter.
To be told that you cannot gather with your loved ones, you can't hug them, you can't kiss them, that is, it's affecting so many people, and mentally, physically, socially, people are suffering.
Now relying solely on social media to deliver their message, Kimraj and her family are demonstrating a resilience that they know will catch on.
Myself, my mom, and my brother, who live right next door to the temple, we come over and we light our incense and we do our prayers and we share clips of that on social media. And the amount of people that are watching, the amount of people that are commenting back and praying and saying that they miss coming into the doors of the temple is just amazing. And that's the little that we can contribute during this pandemic.
And despite the horrific toll to human life, she's hopeful as she sees communities working together.
This pandemic is really bringing out the worst, but it's also bringing out the best. And the best, I mean, is that we are seeing how resilient, how strong, how much unity there is within our community as humans. So the human race is definitely showing what they're made of. We watch movies, we watch all these characters that we grow up with, and we see them, we see their characteristics. But this is where the human race are the superheroes.
This is a new virus. No one really knew what to expect.
And Vice President of Government and Community Relations at Montefiore Medical Center, Lillian Perez, witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of COVID-19.
For my council member, I live in the Belmont section of the Bronx. Richie Torres had tested positive, and I was just like, wait a minute, this is going to hit everywhere.
And each day seemed to require a new strategy.
Montefiore Health System had to change the way we were doing business almost immediately, all the way from communicating to folks that would naturally just easily come into our emergency department, telling them don't come because we have hundreds of people that are showing up with symptoms and we don't want you to expose yourself.
While not in the ER, Perez found herself on the front lines in another way.
Navigating and responding to a lot of calls from people literally freaking out, not knowing enough. This is before the government declared an entire isolation plan.
As someone born and raised in the Bronx who's worked in state government before taking on this role, she says this experience has left her ready to bring in a new conversation about healthcare in the Bronx.
I think changes have to happen immediately in the area of public policy. We're going to have to figure out a better way to educate the community, but also make sure that everyone is really taking care of their health, eating well, exercising, and doing the things that they need to do not to continue to suffer through these chronic diseases. Almost half of everybody who passed away in the Bronx, in our health system, suffer from diabetes. It's a real problem in these communities. And so what are we going to do? We can't continue to let these chronic diseases kill our people. And as you can see, a lot of people survived the virus, but those that had underlying health conditions did not. we know what's wrong. We just have to really do a better job and at making sure that our communities take care of themselves and we do what we need to do in the public health arena to make sure that everyone is really ready for, maybe another pandemic.
The gala celebration might be canceled, but what is not is a new commitment on the part of these women to see their communities fully recover. For BronxNet, this is Arlene Makoko.